Hey guys, Jason here. We're back and we're going to talk for a second, give you an update on the recall for the Tundras. Okay, we know that they're here. We know that there's 100,000 of them that have to have engines done. We know that Toyota's been working very hard to get their crap in order to be able to change all of these motors. And we have an update now. Okay, we have some actual hard dates for people that are running these that are concerned about them. It's going to happen much quicker than anticipated. Remember when this thing first happened and we knew they had to replace 100,000 motors? And we knew they were doing long blocks, not short blocks. And now we know for a fact that I've talked about in other videos that they are doing full turbos. They are doing everything, okay? This is basically a plug-and-play motor complete with everything on it to make it so much easier for the techs. And it's a benefit for us as customers, not me, I don't own one, but for you guys that do, it's going to be a very quick and simple process as far as it can be to replace a motor. They even have the new hoists, which had a problem with the chain, so they had to get a new chain on the hoists. And you know, there's some headaches they're dealing with on this. And even the hoist, it's a supplier issue. Okay, it's not even their issue. Okay, it's a problem that every manufacturer is dealing with. Supplier problems on stuff. They got the hoist. The hoist has a bad link in the chain. They cannot lift the motors with them because they're too heavy. So now they're sending reinforcement parts for that. So again, a couple of delays on that stuff, but we have the numbers now. And we know for sure it's a brand new crate engine from with everything, the turbos, the intake, everything is on there. It is as simple as it can be in a crate for them to drop in, as best as they can make it be. We also know that the time frame, now we have this time frame. I'm running it for you on here. They're going to do it in 4 phases of 27,000 vehicles per phase, in 4 phases starting in December, which is right now, and running all the way through May. Now, there might be a little bit of an extension on that. You never know, but that is their plan, is to have every one of these things done within a period of, 6, 8 months. 6, 8, 9 months. They're planning to have 100,000 motors done in that time frame. Now, I know some of you guys have said in there too that you may not claim this right now. Okay, you're like, well, my truck's running fine. I only have 20,000 miles on it. It's going perfect. I might run it for another year and then do it later. That may still be an option. I don't know how that's going to work. It seems to me like Toyota wants to jam through all these and just get them done. Boom, 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 boom. So if you're on that, they're going to want to schedule it and make it happen while they have these techs running them. They have the base set up for them. Basically, it's... again, I hunt for a living, so we'll put it into a perspective like that. But I mean, if you're somebody who doesn't hunt very much and you harvest a deer, it's a lot easier to take your deer in to go get it processed than it is to break out the grinder, break out all your stuff, get all your knives together, lay out the tables, get everything there, get your packing paper, pull out everything you need, your sausage makers and your your meat mixers and all that kind of stuff to do one deer. Okay. Whereas if you're going to do, if you're killing, 10 deer a year, it's easy to have that stuff set up so you can constantly run through it like I do. We're always processing our own animals. Same kind of concept is set up here. They're going to want to do these trucks and rock through this stuff and get it taken care of, I'm thinking, at a pretty quick pace. And get this done. I don't know how long they're going to let that keep going. So that's something you might want to look into if you're somebody that's planning on waiting and not doing it right away. It might be one of these, when your number's called, you bring your truck in and they fix it and then they move on and they wash their hands of the whole deal. That might be what ends up happening here based on these phases that we're seeing now. We don't know. Okay, we don't have an answer for that. I don't have an answer for that, how that's going to pan out. And Toyota's coming up with new stuff on this all the time. We're learning more and more on it weekly as to what they're doing. We found out that they were doing full crate motors. Great. A couple months later, we find out that those crate motors are full turboed. They're full everything done. We found out that they're not going to make it where you got to take the cab off to do it anymore. We found out they're developed a brand new hitch or hoist that's going to every single dealer for it. We found out that they are going to have classes and actual training modules that these techs that are going to do this have got to take so they know exactly how to do this correctly. We found out now that they're doing it in phases. We found out that, we're finding out as we go. It's one of the biggest recalls, not the biggest recalls as far as by numbers, but 100,000 motors with today's technology and advancements in it is massive. Okay, this is a massive undertaking that has to be done, and Toyota's really trying hard at it, and they're doing a great job, and they're doing what they can. okay? They are doing what they can. But if you have one of these and you're trying to figure out what to do, this is new advice for you, or new information for you, hopefully, is that it's going to be phases, 27,000 per phase, spread out basically over the next few months, over 4 phases, that they want to rock through and replace 100,000 motors in these, whether it needs it or not. If you're on that recall list, they want to take care of it now. They're going to have the facility set up at the dealerships. They're going to have everything ready, and it's just going to be like a drive-through surgery. You know, basically come in, get them rolling. And like I said, where it might affect you, if you were planning on waiting, I don't know how that's going to work. So anyway, update for you. It's what I got. We are up here at Franklin Toyota, checking things out, browsing around, just taking a look at it, and you can see they got quite a few Tundras here. Okay, we got rows of Tundras, and if you look at the colors, we talked about this in another video. You get your choice of gray or white or a black one, and if those 2 white ones aren't enough for you, if we pop over here, there's a few more white ones here for you. I do not know what it is that Toyota is doing with the colors, but it looks like a black and white movie when you think about it with the color choices. Now we do got one blue one over there, which is pretty nice, but kind of shocking the colors. And even when we pop over here and we look at all these Tacomas, they got tons of Tacomas. We got 1 Land Cruiser there and 1 up front. So I got 2 Land Cruisers here. That's kind of cool. 2 Land Cruisers here, and Tina's loving her ZR2. She's actually sitting over there in her ZR2 parked right next to a Land Cruiser. She's probably drooling at it right now. But look at here, color-wise on these Tacomas. We have very similar setup. Look at our color choices all the way down this line of Tacomas. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that nuts? I do not understand the color situation that is going on with manufacturers today. I just don't get it. But I mean, this lot, 100% around, is black, white, and gray. Isn't that nuts? And for those of you that watched my video when I was up here last time, which was about, I don't know, maybe 10 days ago I was up here, we still have those 2. I did that comparison video between the value of the 2023 and a 2024, and we still have both of them sitting right there next to each other. They moved them, they located them over here. So I'm walking kind of fast if it's bouncing around a little bit on you trying to get over there. But they still have both of them here. The 23 SR, and they have the 24 SR5, and that 23 costs more than a 24 does. And they still got them both sitting here. Neither one is moved. So you can't say, well, this one, the value was wrong on it, but neither one has moved. They're both still sitting right here, ready to go. And I got it next to an old GMC Canyon sitting here too. So, but basically, there it is for you. If you got a Tundra, it's coming in phases. And they're going to let you know, and they're going to try and rock these things out, and they're going to move them quick. They want to roll through them, get them done. Hopefully it's information that benefits you. And any comments you got, put them down below. Thanks for watching.